Hey, this is Raptor and Cooch from Rockstars Glued 3.0 Radio. We are here with the guys from Jungle Rot. I want to thank you very much for joining us. If you would introduce yourself and let us know who you are.
I'm Dave Matrice. I do vocals and rhythm guitar.
I'm Jeff Bubb. I play lead guitar.
Well, again, appreciate you guys coming out and taking a few minutes to
no problem, man.
Questions. So far, obviously, you've had the one show so far, right? On the tour. Just been last night?
Yep, but then we had a show on the way out to meet up with Cataclysm in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh,
yeah.
Oh, cool. So the show's going okay?
Yeah, it was actually fun. It was a good time.
Awesome.
Last night was sick in St. Vitus. I think we won them over.
I agree. I hear. We've never been there, but I hear it's a very iconic bar. Love it.
Yeah, it's one of those places that
very
you want to
intimate.
see one time.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a very intimate place. It's good sound system, real close up, man. It's really cool, man.
So, have you ever played a church before?
Actually, I have in Montreal. I mean, back when I started out, I don't think we have together, Jeff. I
can't personally say I played a church.
We actually did a fest in Montreal. I'm not sure. I think the year was 1998. We still got the flyer. Remember I showed you? And it was kind of crazy, man, because in between 3-4 of the bands, there was 15 bands that night. They would actually stop the show, and there was mass going on upstairs, and we had to wait. And then when it was done, it would start back up, and it was just very, I guess say sacrilege. I'd like to say that word, but it was very weird, man. How it was going upstairs and downstairs was a completely different thing, man.
Yeah. So I guess
I kind of felt bad in a way, but.
Well, we have another venue around here called the Southgate House. It's a church.
Yeah, and this was a working church too. This was like this.
That one is they converted into a bar, but this one they have weddings during the day. And
this was actually a church, and somehow they had a fest downstairs in the hall, and it was very weird, very weird. If they knew what was going on,
I've always seen that stuff like at hardcore places up in Boston, New England area.
It was crazy because it was very crazy because there was a lot of drugs going around then, and that's when I was freaking out how the drugs. And I was like, how could this be, man? At the end of the night, there was people passed out on the stairs and shit, and whatever.
Right. So is like the weirdest, craziest venue you ever played? Something like this, just a church?
For me, that always takes that because I remember that. But then I'm sure Jeff can go back to British Columbia. There's always stories there at the Rickershaw, right?
We're way north, right?
Rickershaw, you know where all the walkers are. In British Columbia, we've seen a lot.
Oh, no, that's Vancouver.
Vancouver, okay.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, BC.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we see a lot. We have a lot of stories there when we play. I know he's probably got.
It's a red light district, you know.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's just, you see people sticking needles in people's necks, and it's just,
Jesus Christ.
We've seen it all there, man.
That's
sirens every hour. They say someone dies every hour.
You know, I love Vancouver, man. Love the Rickershaw. The shows are great scene, but it's very common for them to find a body dead once a week in the alleys. And I think that's
bad here.
And the madness to it is, I think they allow that red light, and they're just allowing them to kill themselves in one area. And we kind of see what they're doing. They're controlling it to one area, you know.
Yeah.
But
sad.
See that in a lot of cities, unfortunately.
Yeah, but the worst there.
Yeah, absolutely. So how did you get hooked up on this tour? I mean, at least the mini tour. And then you guys have shows after this as well, right?
No, we're working our way home. We got a new album coming out in July 20th.
I know you're teasing that on Instagram. I see that.
Yeah, we are little bites at you. But I knew Cataclysm. We have the same booking agent, Stefan. He's the same agent at concerts, and he knew we had to get some work, and we're good buddies with him. We fit well, and we came out. Short run. We're liking the short runs these days too.
Hell yeah.
Well, I saw an interview somewhere where you do hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does like hunting guys.
Oh yeah, I did see a piece.
Very big part of my life. Jeff knows that, and I think he knows that's probably first in my life, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a very big passion. I own dogs, and it's like working with your child. It's a very special bond that I have going to work with my dogs every day. It's very remarkable.
It's a unique hole to fill in the world.
Yeah, it is, man. And I'm making a good living at it too. I mean, I'm blessed at it. I've been 25 years now guiding and doing this, and I'm doing all right, man.
Yeah, life's pretty good then, I guess. Huh?
Yeah,
good.
So you've got this 10th album.
Correct.
Now I've heard you say this is the best album in the whole discography.
Well, I will say that, yeah, it is, because I am definitely the most excited about this. I don't know why. I think it just feels natural, doesn't it? It feels right. We got some good stuff, man. We do.
It's every song is a hitter. I don't know.
Really?
I mean, we'd like to think every song we write is amazing, but when you look back at albums, okay, 3 songs stand out, and that's it. And this
We
one
like
is
every one. We like playing
we can't
every one.
predict it. To us, everyone sounds great.
You get lucky enough to hear one of those tonight?
We are.
Awesome.
You are, man. Once again, it's a Jungle Rod album, and there's always 2 or 3 songs that somebody's going to find and enjoy, and that's what makes us a little special than everybody else. It's not from song 1 to song 10. It's the same way, we're every song is different in their own way, and they got a lot of, flavor in them, man. That's, I guess you can say, right?
This album just does stand out.
Yes, it does.
As far as quality.
We're not just saying that either.
Yeah. No, we're not. Yeah.
You guys deliver every single time, whether it be in the studio or live. And from the first time I picked up Slaughter of the Week, I couldn't get enough.
Good.
Me and a buddy of mine used to have this thing when we go to the record store, and if they had a cool album,
Yeah, that's how we
you picked
started,
it up,
man.
right?
Absolutely.
And I picked it up, brought it over, played it for Sean, and the whole the jungle opening, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then right into it, we both just looked at you like,
Yeah, that was many years ago, Slaughter of the Week.
Oh, sorry, man. But
It's hard to actually play those songs, because we've come so far since then, and it's like, writing those albums back in them days, that was 98, I think it was, 98, 97, 98, and that was real thrash death back then, and it was about, writing the songs, you're kind of just chasing one another, riff after riff after riff, and then as we started going, we started progressing and finding our niche in writing and choruses and phrasing and stuff, and playing in a click just makes that much better, man. That's when it started, once we found that, our music started getting a lot better.
Awesome. So this fulfills your contract on Victory, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. A couple questions on Victory specifically. One, the decision to go there in the first place, because at the time, if you remember back when you signed with them, there were some pretty public band label issues.
Yeah.
And now, completing your entire contract, is Victory something you'd like to maybe stick with, or how have you been treated there, etc.?
They treated us nothing but right. Jeff could tell that. I always stated, I don't think if we would have signed with Victory, I don't even know if we would have continued going. Because they took care of us that much. We've never been a priority ever in any label before, ever. We've been on several labels, and we've just been another band of the month to put out. And then you're forgotten about. But Victory's always been above and beyond and took care of us. They do just about anything that they can for us. Jeff knows that. We're shooting 2 videos in a few weeks, so I have 2 videos.
Like we average 3-4 videos an album. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We complain about
right.
that.
Fair enough.
I can't complain.
Yeah, and you guys are really the only true death metal band on the label.
Well,
really.
That.
You guys have your own niche there.
And that's
for sure.
You nailed a good thing, man. That's, to me, makes Victory good. They have a very large variety of bands on their roster versus being on Central Media. There's several death metal bands, and one stands out, and the rest just fade away. This way we're constantly getting main priority, and that's what we need in our career. Since we signed with Victory back in the first one, we started going up, and I don't think we stopped yet, man. And we're hoping that this one keeps going.
Absolutely.
Cool. And our goal is to cash in. After 20-something years of playing, we're hoping we can cash in.
Right. Absolutely. Well, we'll try to contribute to that tonight. Okay, just say no.
Absolutely. Yeah, what's up, man? You have no big guy shirts.
There's 2X in there, but
I look like the Michelin tire guy now.
We did a very small run of order today. We were bitching about that last night. I screwed up on the order. I don't know how many shows. We almost sold everything we had last night, and I was very stressed out about it.
That's a real good problem to have.
It's a game trying to order merch. What do you get? You don't want to spend too much because you got to pay your guys out, because then you're paying for the bill at the end and you ain't got enough to pay out. So it's a gamble, man. And I'm rather sell everything and be able to pay out my guys and not sell everything and still have $400 or $500 to pay at the merch before I can pay out. So that's how I look at it, I guess.
Business is business, bro.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. Fair enough. I don't have anything else. Raptor,
Thanks
you
again.
anything?
Takes time to hang out with us. This is Raptor and Cooch. We're out. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, always do.